The Third Eye Codex, written and published by Ngasline. The pineal gland, a tiny pinecone-shaped organ nestled in the center of our brain, has captivated mystics, scholars, and spiritual seekers throughout the ages. This remarkable structure, no larger than a grain of rice, holds profound significance in the ancient wisdom traditions, particularly in Egyptian mysticism, where it was revered as the seat of the soul and the gateway to higher consciousness. In the temples of ancient Egypt, hieroglyphic depictions often portrayed enlightened beings with a serpent or eye emerging from their foreheads, a direct reference to the activated pineal gland. The Egyptian god Horus was frequently represented by the symbol of an eye, known as the Eye of Horus, which ancient texts describe as the window to the divine realm. This symbolic representation wasn't merely artistic expression. It was a sophisticated teaching about human potential and our innate ability to perceive beyond the physical world. The pineal gland's position in the brain is geometrically significant, located at the intersection of key energy pathways that the Egyptians understood intimately. They recognized this organ as a crystalline structure, capable of receiving and transmitting subtle energies and frequencies beyond our normal sensory perception. Modern science has validated many of these ancient insights, discovering that the pineal gland contains tiny crystals composed of calcite, similar to the piezoelectric crystals used in modern technology. Ancient Egyptian priests underwent rigorous training to activate and utilize their pineal gland's hidden potential. They understood it as more than just a physical organ. It was considered a sacred instrument for connecting with higher dimensions of reality. Through specific practices and rituals, they learned to stimulate this spiritual center, enabling experiences of expanded consciousness and direct communication with the divine realm. This sacred gateway serves three primary functions that the Egyptians documented in their mystery schools. First, it acts as a receiver of cosmic information, capable of picking up frequencies and energies from higher dimensions. Second, it functions as a translator, converting these subtle energies into forms that our conscious mind can interpret. Third, it operates as a broadcaster, allowing us to project our consciousness beyond the limitations of physical space and time. The positioning of the pineal gland in relation to other brain structures is no accident. It sits near the center of the brain, surrounded by the corpus callosum, thalamus, and other crucial neural networks. This strategic location allows it to influence our entire nervous system and coordinate the flow of consciousness throughout our being. The Egyptians understood this anatomical positioning as a reflection of its role as a bridge between worlds, the physical and the spiritual, the seen and the unseen. In our modern world, the significance of the pineal gland has been largely forgotten or dismissed as ancient superstition. However, this mysterious organ continues to puzzle and intrigue scientists who study its functions. Research has shown that it produces important hormones like melatonin and dimethyltryptamine, chemethyltryptamine, chemicals that profoundly influence our consciousness, dreams, and perception of reality. The ancient Egyptians left us a rich legacy of knowledge about this sacred gateway, encoded in their temples, texts, and teachings. They understood that awakening the pineal gland's dormant potential requires dedication, specific practices, and a comprehensive understanding of its nature. This knowledge wasn't meant to remain hidden, but to be rediscovered when humanity was ready to embrace its deeper implications. As we embark on this exploration of pineal power, we begin a journey that countless initiates have walked before us. The wisdom of the ancient Egyptians provides us with a sophisticated framework for understanding and activating our own sacred gateway. Through this understanding, we can begin to access the extraordinary capabilities that lie dormant within this remarkable organ, opening ourselves to experiences and perceptions that transcend our ordinary understanding of reality. Beyond the physical. The pineal gland's spiritual aura extends far beyond its physical manifestation as a tiny pine-cone-shaped organ in the center of our brain. Ancient Egyptians understood this profound truth, recognizing the pineal as a quantum gateway that bridges material existence with higher realms of consciousness. This spiritual dimension of the pineal operates through subtle energy fields that modern science is only beginning to detect and measure. When we examine the pineal gland through the lens of quantum physics, we discover it functions as a biological antenna capable of receiving and transmitting information beyond our conventional understanding of space and time. Its unique cellular structure contains biocrystalline components that respond to electromagnetic frequencies and light in ways that parallel the behavior of quantum particles. These crystalline structures within the pineal tissue act as natural frequency receivers, allowing us to tune into higher dimensional information fields that the ancient Egyptians accessed regularly in their spiritual practices. The science-spirituality connection becomes particularly evident when we observe how the pineal responds to various environmental factors. Research has shown that this remarkable gland produces different neurochemicals based not only on light exposure, but also on electromagnetic frequencies, thoughts, and emotional states. This demonstrates the intricate relationship between consciousness and physical reality that the Egyptian mystery schools taught thousands of years ago. The quantum manifestation center of the pineal gland operates through principles similar to those observed in quantum entanglement experiments. Just as quantum particles can influence each other instantaneously across vast distances, the pineal gland allows our consciousness to affect reality through non-local connections. The Egyptians understood this principle and developed specific practices to strengthen these quantum connections through focused intention and elevated states of consciousness. Modern scientific instruments have detected measurable energy fields emanating from the pineal region during deep meditative states. These fields exhibit unique properties that suggest interaction with quantum-level phenomena. The ancient Egyptians referred to these energy fields as the aura of Horus, representing the divine perception and manifestation power available through an activated third eye. The spiritual aura of the pineal gland serves as a personal quantum field generator, creating a toroidal energy pattern around the body that the Egyptians depicted in their art through various symbols. This energy field becomes stronger and more coherent as we develop our pineal abilities through dedicated practice. The field acts as an interface between our individual consciousness and the universal quantum field of infinite possibilities. Understanding the pineal gland as a quantum manifestation center requires us to transcend traditional materialistic perspectives. The ancient Egyptians recognized that reality is fundamentally conscious and interconnected, with the pineal gland serving as our primary tool for conscious creation. This understanding forms the foundation for practical techniques that allow us to influence reality through focused intention and elevated awareness. The science-spirituality connection continues to deepen as researchers discover more about the pineal's unique properties. Studies have shown that the gland contains small crystals composed of calcite, similar to those used in modern electronic devices for their piezoelectric properties. These crystals respond to electromagnetic fields and may play a crucial role in our ability to receive and transmit information through non-physical channels. As we work with the spiritual dimensions of the pineal gland, we begin to experience reality as a fluid, responsive field of consciousness, rather than a fixed material world. This shift in perception aligns with both quantum physics principles and ancient Egyptian teachings about the nature of reality. The pineal serves as our biological interface with this quantum realm, allowing us to participate consciously in the ongoing creation of our experience. The 7 sacred frequencies. The ancient Egyptians understood that consciousness exists across multiple frequency bands, each corresponding to different states of awareness and capability. These frequencies, which modern science has confirmed through EEG measurements, form the foundation of our mental, emotional, and spiritual experience. Like radio stations broadcasting on different wavelengths, our brain constantly shifts through these frequencies as we move through various states of consciousness. At the lowest end of the spectrum lies delta, ranging from 0.5 to 4Iz, the frequency of deep, dreamless sleep and profound meditation. The ancient Egyptians saw this state as direct communion with the cosmic void, where new realities could be seeded into existence. Theta waves, occurring between 4 to 8 Gs, bridge our conscious and subconscious minds. This is the twilight state between waking and sleeping, where vivid imagery and profound insights naturally arise. The temple priests of ancient Egypt would deliberately induce this state for prophecy and healing. Alpha frequencies, ranging from 8 to 13 Hz, represent the relaxed yet alert state of consciousness that is optimal for learning and creativity. This was considered the foundation frequency for spiritual practice, as it allows simultaneous awareness of both physical and subtle realms. When your brain produces predominant alpha waves, you experience calm focus and enhanced receptivity to higher knowledge. The beta frequency band from 13 to 30 C corresponds to our normal waking consciousness. While necessary for daily functioning, the Egyptians understood that excessive beta activity could create mental noise that blocks access to higher awareness. They developed specific breathing and meditation techniques to help practitioners shift from high beta into more receptive states at will. Moving higher in frequency, we encounter gamma waves above 30 Iz. Modern research has found these frequencies present during moments of peak performance, spiritual insight, and universal love. The ancient Egyptians described this as the frequency of divine consciousness, where the limitations of physical reality begin to dissolve. Beyond these well-documented frequencies lie two additional bands that modern science is only beginning to detect. The ancient texts speak of ultra-high frequencies that activate supernatural abilities and ultra-low frequencies that connect us to the Earth's natural resonance. These frequencies were accessed through advanced initiatory practices in the mystery schools. The key to accessing these various frequency states lies in understanding their interconnected nature. Rather than existing in isolation, they form a continuous spectrum of consciousness. Through specific breathing patterns, sound vibrations, and focused intention, you can learn to shift your dominant brainwave patterns at will. This ability to consciously modulate your frequency was considered essential for spiritual development in ancient Egypt. Your pineal gland acts as a frequency receiver and transmitter, capable of tuning into these different wavelengths of consciousness. When properly activated, it begins to produce its own frequency patterns that can entrain the rest of the brain to higher states of awareness. The Egyptians developed precise methods to strengthen this natural capacity through specialized breathing techniques, sacred sounds, and geometric visualizations. Understanding and working with these 7 sacred frequencies allows you to access different aspects of consciousness at will. Lower frequencies facilitate deep healing and connection to Source, while higher frequencies activate enhanced perception and manifestation abilities. By learning to navigate this full spectrum of consciousness, you gain the ability to choose the most appropriate frequency for any given situation or spiritual practice. The ancient Egyptians saw this as essential training for anyone seeking to fully activate their pineal potential and access higher dimensional abilities. Your inner quantum supercomputer. The relationship between your brain and pineal gland represents one of the most sophisticated biological quantum computing systems in existence. Ancient Egyptians understood this connection thousands of years ago, depicting it in their sacred texts through symbolic representations of the third eye interfacing with universal consciousness. Modern science is only now beginning to grasp what the ancient mystics knew, that the pineal gland serves as a biological quantum processor capable of extraordinary computational and manifestation abilities. The pineal gland acts as a master control center, receiving information from both your physical senses and higher dimensional sources. It processes this data through quantum mechanical principles, allowing for instantaneous communication and reality manipulation that transcends classical physics. When fully activated, your third eye consciousness can compute and manifest possibilities faster than any artificial computer system. This quantum processing power comes from the pineal gland's unique crystalline structure containing calcite microcrystals. These crystals can receive, transmit, and amplify subtle energy frequencies while maintaining quantum coherence at body temperature, something modern quantum computers require extreme cold to achieve. The crystals also exhibit piezoelectric properties, converting mechanical pressure into electromagnetic energy that can influence consciousness and reality itself. Your thoughts serve as the programming language for this biological quantum computer. Every thought carries specific frequency patterns that the pineal gland processes and broadcasts into the quantum field of infinite possibility. The stronger and more focused the thought patterns, the more powerful the manifestation potential. This is why ancient Egyptian teachings emphasized the importance of mental discipline and clarity. The brain. Pineal connection operates through several mechanisms. Your brain's neural networks feed sensory data and thought patterns to the pineal gland through direct nerve connections. The pineal then processes this information quantum mechanically, interfacing with higher dimensional fields beyond space-time. The results are fed back to the brain through hormonal secretions like melatonin and DMT, as well as through quantum entanglement effects that influence neural activity. Understanding this system allows you to consciously program your reality. By maintaining awareness of your thoughts and emotional states, you can better control the information being processed by your inner quantum computer. The ancient Egyptians developed specific techniques to strengthen this programming ability through focused concentration, visualization, and energy work. The pineal's quantum processing capabilities also explain many paranormal phenomena like telepathy, precognition, and reality manipulation. When operating at peak efficiency, the pineal gland can access information from anywhere in spacetime, communicate instantly across any distance, and directly influence probability fields to manifest desired outcomes. These abilities aren't supernatural. They're the natural result of working with your biological quantum computer as it was designed to function. To maximize your inner quantum computer's capabilities, regular practice of pineal activation exercises is essential. This includes meditation, visualization, energy circulation, and frequency entrainment techniques. The ancient Egyptians understood that, like any sophisticated system, the pineal gland requires proper maintenance and programming to operate at its full potential. Your thoughts literally create your reality through this remarkable biological system. Every thought, emotion, and intention gets processed through your pineal gland's quantum interface, affecting probability fields and manifesting results in your physical experience. By understanding and consciously working with this process, you can take greater control of your reality creation abilities. The brain. Pineal connection represents the bridge between your individual consciousness and the infinite field of universal mind. Through this biological quantum supercomputer, you have direct access to all knowledge and creative potential in existence. The key is learning to properly utilize this remarkable system through dedicated practice of the ancient techniques preserved in Egyptian wisdom traditions. The infinite possibility field. The ancient Egyptians understood a profound truth about human consciousness. We exist simultaneously across multiple dimensions of reality. Through their advanced spiritual sciences, they discovered that the pineal gland serves as a gateway to access these parallel realms of existence. This multidimensional awareness begins with recognizing that physical reality is simply one frequency band within an infinite spectrum of possibility. The key to accessing these higher dimensions lies in expanding your consciousness beyond the limitations of physical perception. Your pineal gland acts as a quantum antenna capable of tuning into frequencies far beyond the visible light spectrum. The Egyptians developed specific techniques to activate this innate ability, allowing initiates to perceive and interact with these alternate planes of reality. One core Egyptian practice involved using sacred sounds and mantras to alter brainwave patterns. By maintaining specific tones and breathing rhythms, they could shift their consciousness into alignment with higher dimensional frequencies. This created a measurable change in pineal gland activity, opening neural pathways previously dormant. Modern science has validated this approach, showing how specific sound frequencies can indeed influence brain chemistry and consciousness. The ancient temples of Egypt were specifically designed to amplify these practices. Their precise geometric proportions created standing wave patterns that facilitated the expansion of consciousness. By combining sacred architecture with sound technology, initiates could more easily transcend physical limitations and access expanded states of awareness. These same principles can be applied today through careful use of sound healing tools and sacred geometry. Breaking free from physical limitations requires understanding that your consciousness is not confined to your body. The Egyptians viewed the physical form as a vehicle for experiencing this dimension, while the soul exists across multiple planes simultaneously. Your pineal gland serves as the bridge between these realms, allowing you to maintain awareness across dimensions when properly activated. The activation process begins with releasing limiting beliefs about what is possible. Your thoughts and expectations create barriers that prevent accessing higher frequencies. The Egyptians used specialized breathing techniques combined with visualization to systematically dissolve these mental constructs. This allowed initiates to experience reality without the filters of conditioning and social programming. One powerful Egyptian technique involved using the breath to generate specific energy patterns in the body. By circulating this energy through precise pathways while maintaining focused intention, they could alter their vibrational frequency at will. This allowed them to tune their consciousness like a radio dial, accessing different planes of reality as needed. The key was maintaining complete presence and awareness throughout the process. Modern practitioners can apply these same principles using updated methods. Simple practices like conscious breathing, energy circulation, and focused intention can begin expanding your perceptual range. The key is consistency and patience, allowing your nervous system time to adapt to these higher frequencies. Gradual expansion is more sustainable than trying to force dramatic shifts too quickly. The infinite possibility field exists here and now. It simply requires shifting your attention to perceive it. Your pineal gland already contains all the necessary biological hardware to access these expanded states. The Egyptian techniques provide a structured approach to activating these latent abilities safely and systematically. Through dedicated practice, anyone can learn to transcend physical limitations and experience the true multidimensional nature of consciousness. As you work with these activation methods, maintain a spirit of exploration and wonder. The Egyptians viewed this process as a sacred journey of remembering our true infinite nature. Approach the practices with reverence while remaining grounded in practical application. Your expanded awareness will develop naturally as you consistently apply these time-tested techniques for awakening the extraordinary capabilities of your pineal gland. The detoxification protocol. The ancient Egyptians understood that physical purity was essential for spiritual awakening and optimal pineal function. In our modern world, this wisdom has become even more crucial as our bodies face unprecedented exposure to environmental toxins that directly impact the pineal gland. The most significant threat comes from fluoride, which accumulates in the pineal tissue and forms calcifications that inhibit its proper function. These calcifications act like a barrier, blocking the free flow of spiritual energies and limiting our access to higher states of consciousness. The journey to cleanse and protect your pineal gland begins with addressing your water consumption. Fluoridated tap water is the primary source of harmful fluoride exposure for most people. Switching to pure spring water or using a high-quality water filtration system that specifically removes fluoride is essential. This single change can dramatically reduce the toxic burden on your pineal gland and begin the healing process. Natural detoxification methods passed down through Egyptian mystery schools include the use of specific herbs and minerals. Blue lotus, sacred to the ancient Egyptians, helps dissolve calcium deposits while promoting spiritual opening. Cedar oil, another traditional remedy, supports pineal detoxification through its powerful cleansing properties. Raw apple cider vinegar, though not used in ancient Egypt, has proven highly effective in modern protocols for removing heavy metals and other toxins that affect pineal function. Dietary choices play a crucial role in maintaining pineal health. The ancient Egyptians consumed a diet rich in living foods, understanding their vital energy-supported spiritual development. Modern research confirms this wisdom, showing that raw, organic fruits and vegetables provide natural iodine and other trace minerals that protect against toxic accumulation. Chlorella and spirulina, though not available to the ancients, are powerful allies in modern detoxification protocols, binding to heavy metals and supporting their removal from the body. Dark, leafy greens deserve special attention in any pineal detoxification protocol. They provide essential nutrients that support the body's natural detoxification pathways while offering protection against oxidative stress. The ancient Egyptians cultivated and consumed various leafy greens, recognizing their sacred connection to vitality and spiritual awakening. Fasting was another powerful technique employed in Egyptian mystery schools to purify the body and enhance pineal function. Regular fasting periods, particularly during the dark moon phase, allow the body to focus its energy on deep cellular cleansing. Modern science has validated this practice, showing that fasting triggers autophagy, the body's natural cellular cleaning process. Environmental awareness extends beyond food and water. Electronic devices, artificial lighting, and electromagnetic fields can disrupt pineal function and melatonin production. Creating a sacred sleep space free from electronic interference, using natural lighting when possible, and spending time in nature were all practices emphasized in ancient Egyptian teachings for maintaining pineal health. The skin, our largest organ of detoxification, also plays a vital role in pineal cleansing. Traditional Egyptian clay baths and oil treatments support the removal of toxins through the skin while nourishing the body's electrical system. Modern adaptations include infrared saunas and specialized clay masks that can accelerate the detoxification process. Incorporating breathwork into your detoxification protocol enhances its effectiveness by oxygenating the blood and supporting the lymphatic system. The ancient Egyptians practiced specific breathing techniques that not only aided physical purification, but also promoted spiritual activation of the third eye center. These cleansing practices require patience and consistency. The pineal gland accumulates toxins over many years, and its restoration is a gradual process. However, as you progress with your detoxification protocol, you may notice increased clarity, more vivid dreams, enhanced intuition, and a stronger connection to your spiritual nature. These signs indicate the awakening of your third eye's true potential, as the physical vessel becomes better equipped to channel higher frequencies and cosmic wisdom. Sacred meditation techniques. The ancient Egyptians understood that meditation was not merely a practice of stillness, but a sacred technology for expanding consciousness and activating the pineal gland's dormant abilities. Their meditation techniques were carefully designed to align the practitioner with specific universal frequencies that enhance third eye activation and spiritual perception. One of the most powerful Egyptian meditation practices involves the breath of Osiris, a rhythmic breathing pattern that synchronizes the body's electromagnetic field with the Earth's natural resonance. Begin by sitting in a comfortable position with your spine straight, imagining a golden thread extending from the crown of your head to the stars above. As you inhale through your nose for 7 counts, visualize bright crystalline light entering through your crown chakra and flowing down to your pineal gland. Hold this breath for 7 counts, allowing the energy to saturate your third eye center. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 7 counts, releasing any blocked energy or resistance. The ancient temples of Egypt were constructed with specific acoustic properties that facilitated deeper states of meditation. You can recreate these sacred sound frequencies using your own voice. The tone thoth, when chanted at 432, activates the pineal gland's crystalline structure. Begin your meditation by slowly intoning thuth while focusing your awareness on the center of your forehead. This vibration helps dissolve calcification and opens the third eye's energetic pathways. Another powerful technique involves the Eye of Horus visualization. Close your physical eyes and imagine a brilliant blue-white light in the shape of the Eye of Horus hovering before your third eye center. With each breath, the light pulses brighter and begins to rotate clockwise, creating a vortex of energy that penetrates deep into your pineal gland. Allow this vortex to expand and contract with your breath, gradually increasing in intensity. The priests of ancient Egypt also utilized specific hand positions, or mudras, to direct energy during meditation. The K mudra involves holding your hands at heart level, palms facing outward with fingers spread wide. This position opens the heart center and creates an energetic circuit with the third eye, allowing for greater cosmic energy flow during meditation practices. Timing was crucial in Egyptian meditation practices. The hours just before dawn, known as the hour of Thoth, were considered most potent for third eye activation. During this time, the pineal gland naturally produces higher levels of DAM, making it easier to access altered states of consciousness. Establishing a regular practice during these pre-dawn hours can significantly accelerate your spiritual development. One essential daily ritual involves the use of sacred oils. The Egyptians used specially prepared lotus and frankincense oils to anoint the third eye area before meditation. These natural substances help stimulate pineal activity and create an energetic seal around your meditation practice. Apply a small amount to your third eye center while setting your intention for the meditation session. To maintain the benefits of these practices, consistency is essential. Begin with 15 minutes each morning, gradually increasing to 30 minutes as your capacity expands. The ancient Egyptians understood that spiritual transformation is a gradual process, requiring dedication and patience. Each meditation session builds upon the previous one, slowly awakening the dormant capabilities of your pineal gland. These practices work on subtle energy levels, so physical sensations may be gentle at first. You might experience a slight pressure or tingling in your forehead, see colors or geometric patterns behind your closed eyes, or feel a general sense of expansion in your consciousness. These are all signs that the techniques are beginning to take effect, opening new pathways of perception and awareness. These sacred meditation techniques, when practiced with reverence and consistency, create the foundation for all advanced third eye development work. They prepare your consciousness for deeper experiences and help establish the energetic conditions necessary for advanced manifestation abilities. Energy centers and pathways. The ancient Egyptians understood that the human body contains intricate networks of energy centers and pathways that facilitate the flow of life force throughout our physical and subtle bodies. These energy centers, known today as chakras, work in harmony with the pineal gland to create a complete system of spiritual and physical development. The third eye chakra, located in the center of the forehead, acts as the primary gateway to higher consciousness and serves as a direct connection to the pineal gland. The chakra system consists of 7 main energy centers aligned along the spine, each vibrating at different frequencies and governing specific aspects of our being. The root chakra grounds us to the physical realm, while the crown chakra connects us to divine consciousness. The third eye chakra, positioned between the eyebrows, represents our ability to see beyond the physical world and access higher dimensions of reality. To fully activate the third eye, we must first ensure that energy flows freely through all chakras. This requires regular maintenance and balancing of each energy center. The ancient Egyptians developed specific breathing techniques that help circulate energy through these pathways. One such technique involves visualizing a golden light entering through the crown chakra, flowing down through each energy center, and finally gathering in the third eye region. The Egyptian masters taught that the third eye channel could be opened by creating a vortex of energy between the pineal gland and the third eye chakra. This is achieved through a combination of breath work and visualization. As you inhale, imagine drawing energy up from the base of your spine through each chakra. When you exhale, direct this energy into the third eye region, creating a spiral motion that activates both the physical pineal gland and its corresponding energy center. Energy pathways, known as meridians in traditional Chinese medicine and nadis in yogic traditions, carry life force throughout the body. The ancient Egyptians recognized these pathways and developed methods to clear blockages and enhance energy flow. The main channel running from the base of the spine to the crown of the head was particularly significant in their practices. This central channel directly influences pineal gland activation and must be kept clear for optimal third eye function. To open the third eye channel, the Egyptians used specific hand positions, or mudras, combined with sacred sounds. These practices help to direct energy flow and create resonance within the pineal gland. One powerful technique involves placing the thumb and middle finger together while focusing awareness on the third eye region. This creates an energy circuit that enhances the flow of consciousness through the pineal gland. The relationship between the heart chakra and the third eye is especially important in Egyptian teachings. The heart center acts as an amplifier for pineal activation, and when both centers are aligned, remarkable spiritual experiences become possible. To strengthen this connection, practice feeling love and gratitude while maintaining awareness of the third eye region. This creates a powerful energy bridge between these two critical centers. Regular practice of energy circulation techniques gradually opens the third eye channel and enhances pineal gland function. As this channel opens, you may experience unusual sensations, including pressure or tingling in the forehead area, enhanced intuition, and increased sensitivity to subtle energies. These are natural signs of awakening and should be welcomed as indicators of progress. The Egyptian masters emphasized the importance of maintaining a balanced approach to energy work. Excessive focus on the third eye without proper grounding can lead to disorientation. Always begin your practice by anchoring your energy through the root chakra and gradually work your way up through each center. This creates a stable foundation for advanced pineal activation while ensuring harmonious energy flow throughout your entire system. Through consistent practice of these ancient techniques, you create optimal conditions for pineal gland activation and third eye awakening. The energy centers and pathways serve as the infrastructure for higher consciousness, and their proper maintenance is essential for spiritual development. As you work with these practices, you gradually unlock the dormant potential within your pineal gland and open yourself to expanded states of awareness. Solar connection. The ancient Egyptians revered the sun not merely as a celestial body, but as the ultimate source of spiritual power and enlightenment. Their understanding of solar energy's influence on the pineal gland remains one of the most profound secrets of their spiritual science. The practice of safe sun gazing represents a direct connection between your third eye and this cosmic power source, creating a bridge between earthly consciousness and universal energy. Sun gazing must be approached with careful preparation and respect for natural law. The optimal times for this practice are during the first hour after sunrise or the final hour before sunset, when the sun's rays are filtered through the maximum amount of atmosphere. During these golden hours, the harmful UV radiation is minimal, while the beneficial frequencies remain accessible. Begin with just a few seconds of direct sun viewing, gradually building up your exposure over months of consistent practice. The process of charging your pineal gland with solar energy involves more than merely looking at the sun. As you gaze, visualize the light entering through your eyes and traveling to your pineal gland in the center of your brain. This ancient Egyptian technique creates a direct energetic pathway between the cosmic source and your inner vision center. The Egyptians believed this connection literally fed the soul with divine power, enabling enhanced consciousness and spiritual abilities. Traditional Egyptian solar rituals incorporated specific breathing patterns synchronized with the sun's position. Inhale deeply while focusing on the solar disk, holding the breath briefly as you absorb the light. Then exhale slowly while visualizing the energy dispersing throughout your body. This practice was typically performed while standing barefoot on natural ground, allowing earth energy to ground and stabilize the intense cosmic frequencies being absorbed. The pineal gland contains light-sensitive cells similar to those in your retinas, suggesting its role as an internal eye capable of processing solar information. When activated by sunlight, even indirectly, it regulates important hormones, including melatonin and DMT. The Egyptians understood this biological mechanism and developed specific head positions and eye movements to maximize the light stimulation of the pineal gland through both the eyes and the skull itself. In addition to direct sun gazing, the Egyptians practiced solar charging of water and crystals, which could then be used to stimulate the pineal gland. Place pure water in a clear glass container or arrange crystals in sacred geometric patterns during the sunrise or sunset hours. These charged materials carry the solar frequency and can be used for third eye activation when direct sun exposure isn't possible. Lunar energy also plays a crucial role in pineal activation, creating a balanced cycle of energetic influence. The Egyptians coordinated their solar practices with lunar phases, understanding that the moon reflects and modifies solar energy in ways that complement direct sun work. During full moons, they would perform specific nighttime rituals to harmonize the solar and lunar frequencies within the pineal gland. Modern practitioners can enhance their solar connection through the use of specific tone frequencies and movements. The sound Ra chanted in the note of C activates the pineal's resonance with solar energy. Combined with spiral walking patterns moving clockwise during sunrise and counterclockwise during sunset, these practices create a powerful energetic vortex centered in the third eye. The ultimate goal of solar connection work is to establish a permanent energy channel between your pineal gland and the cosmic power source represented by the sun. Regular practice gradually strengthens this connection, leading to enhanced intuition, clearer inner vision, and more powerful manifestation abilities. The Egyptians believed that mastery of this solar connection was essential for spiritual evolution and the development of higher consciousness abilities. Patience and consistent practice are essential when working with solar energy. The pineal gland responds gradually to this stimulation, developing its capacity to process and store cosmic frequencies over time. Trust in the ancient wisdom while maintaining modern safety awareness, and allow your third eye to awaken naturally through this profound connection to universal energy. Universal mind integration. The concept of universal mind integration represents one of the most profound aspects of ancient Egyptian spiritual science. Through their deep understanding of consciousness, the Egyptian mystery schools taught that our individual awareness is merely a focused point within an infinite ocean of universal consciousness. The pineal gland serves as our biological antenna for accessing this vast field of knowledge and possibility. When we begin to work with universal mind integration, we must first recognize that our perceived separation from the collective consciousness is an illusion created by our limited physical senses. The Egyptians understood that by activating and refining the pineal gland's receptive capabilities, we could transcend these artificial boundaries and tap directly into the cosmic database of all knowledge and experience. The process starts with expanding your awareness beyond the confines of your physical body. Through specific breathing techniques and visualization exercises, you can begin to sense the broader field of consciousness that surrounds and interpenetrates all things. This field, which the Egyptians called the Akashic realm, contains the complete record of all events, thoughts, and possibilities across time and space. To access this universal knowledge, the ancient practitioners developed specific tonal frequencies that would activate certain crystalline structures within the pineal gland. These frequencies, when combined with sacred geometrical patterns, create a resonance that allows the pineal to receive and decode information from the universal mind. Modern science is only now beginning to understand how the pineal's internal crystals can respond to various electromagnetic frequencies and potentially receive information beyond our normal sensory capabilities. Developing your intuitive abilities is a natural consequence of this universal mind integration. As you strengthen your connection to the collective consciousness, you'll begin to notice an enhancement in your natural psychic abilities. This might manifest as increased precognition, telepathic experiences, or simply a deeper knowing that transcends logical reasoning. The Egyptians viewed these abilities not as supernatural powers, but as natural capabilities that emerge when we remove the barriers between our individual and universal consciousness. One of the key practices for developing these abilities involves learning to distinguish between personal thoughts and universal impressions. Personal thoughts tend to be clouded by emotions, desires, and preconceptions, while universal impressions arrive with a clarity and neutrality that transcends individual bias. Through regular practice, you can learn to recognize and trust these universal impressions, allowing them to guide your decisions and actions. The Egyptians taught that every human being has the innate ability to access the universal mind, but this capability often lies dormant due to cultural conditioning and lack of proper training. By working with specific meditation techniques, sacred sounds, and geometric visualizations, you can gradually strengthen your connection to this infinite field of knowledge. This process requires patience and dedication, as you are essentially rewiring your consciousness to operate at a higher frequency of awareness. Working with universal mind integration also involves understanding the responsibility that comes with accessing such knowledge. The Egyptians emphasized the importance of ethical development alongside spiritual advancement. As your connection to universal consciousness grows stronger, you must maintain a pure intention and use this ability for the highest good of all beings. Through consistent practice and dedication to the ancient Egyptian principles of consciousness expansion, you can develop a reliable and clear connection to the universal mind. This connection will not only enhance your intuitive abilities, but will also provide you with direct access to wisdom and knowledge that extends far beyond your personal experience. The key lies in maintaining the purity of your intention, regularly practicing the prescribed techniques, and remaining open to the subtle guidance that flows through your activated pineal gland. The ultimate goal of universal mind integration is not just to access information, but to become a conscious participant in the collective evolution of consciousness. As more individuals awaken to this connection, we contribute to the expansion of human awareness and the realization of our true potential as multidimensional beings. Reality architecture. The ancient Egyptians understood that reality is far more malleable than most modern humans realize. Their understanding of reality architecture was rooted in the profound recognition that consciousness shapes the fabric of existence itself. Through the awakened third eye, we gain access to the underlying quantum field where thoughts directly influence physical manifestation. The key to reality architecture lies in understanding that your thoughts are not merely abstract concepts floating in your mind. They are actual energetic frequencies that interact with the quantum field. When your pineal gland is fully activated, it acts as a broadcasting station for these thought frequencies, amplifying their power to influence physical reality. The Egyptians used specific breathing patterns combined with focused visualization to strengthen this broadcasting ability. To begin working with reality architecture, you must first master the art of sustained thought coherence. This means holding a single focused thought or intention without allowing other thoughts to create interference patterns. The ancient temples of Egypt were specifically designed to help initiates develop this ability through their sacred geometry and acoustic properties. These spaces created standing wave patterns that helped entrain the brain into coherent states ideal for reality manipulation. The process involves more than just positive thinking or basic visualization. Reality architecture requires entering specific brainwave states where the boundary between thought and matter becomes more fluid. This state was known to the Egyptian priesthood as Mir-Ke-Ba consciousness, a field of unified awareness where intention directly influences quantum probability. Through the activated third eye, you can actually perceive the quantum wave patterns of possibility and learn to collapse them into your desired outcomes. Time and space become more flexible when working at this level of consciousness. The Egyptians understood that linear time is largely a construct of lower dimensional perception. Through advanced pineal activation, you can access what they called vertical time, a state where past, present, and future exist simultaneously. This allows you to select and manifest preferred timelines while dissolving unwanted probability patterns. Working with reality architecture requires understanding the role of emotion as an amplifier of thought. The ancient Egyptians used sacred sounds and movements to generate specific emotional frequencies that would strengthen their manifestation abilities. They knew that thoughts paired with coherent emotional energy created the strongest reality, shaping effects. This is why many of their ceremonies combined visualization with rhythmic movement and specific tonal frequencies. The process of reality architecture operates on multiple dimensions simultaneously. While your physical brain processes the conscious intention, your activated pineal gland broadcasts this intention across quantum fields. Meanwhile, your emotional body provides the power to collapse quantum possibilities into manifested reality. When all these elements are properly aligned, you can achieve what the Egyptians called Heka, magical manifestation power. To develop your reality architecture abilities, start by working with small, verifiable manifestations. Notice how your thoughts and emotions influence subtle energy fields before attempting larger manifestations. Pay attention to synchronicities and coincidences that appear as your intentions begin affecting probability fields. The Egyptians documented these early signs of developing manifestation power in their temple writings. As your abilities develop, you'll begin to perceive reality more as a hologram of consciousness rather than fixed material structures. The seemingly solid world around you will reveal itself as more fluid and responsive to focused intention. This is not about forcefully imposing your will, but rather about harmonizing your consciousness with the natural flow of universal creative energy. The Egyptian masters taught that true reality architecture requires perfect alignment with divine will and the highest good of all. Through consistent practice, you'll discover that the limits of what you can manifest expand as your consciousness evolves. The key is maintaining unwavering focus while remaining detached from specific outcomes. This paradoxical state of directed intention combined with surrender was considered the highest art of Egyptian manifestation techniques. With dedicated practice, you too can access these ancient secrets of reality architecture through your awakened third eye. Energy mastery. The path to true energy mastery requires understanding that everything in existence is composed of vibrating frequencies. Ancient Egyptian mystics recognized this fundamental truth long before modern quantum physics confirmed it. They developed sophisticated techniques to work with these subtle energies, particularly through the awakened third eye center. Working with subtle energies begins with developing sensitivity to their presence. Start by holding your hands about 6 inches apart and focus your attention on the space between them. Many practitioners report feeling a slight tingling, pressure, or magnetic sensation. This is your first conscious contact with subtle energy. As you practice, this sensation becomes more distinct and controllable. The Egyptians believed this energy, which they called sekum, could be concentrated and directed through focused intention. To enhance your manifestation power, imagine your pineal gland as a crystalline transmitter and receiver. When properly activated, it becomes a powerful amplifier for your intentions. Begin by visualizing a bright, pulsing light in the center of your brain where the pineal gland resides. With each pulse, feel the energy expanding outward in concentric spheres. This creates a field of influence that interacts with the quantum fabric of reality. Advanced frequency control involves learning to modulate your brain waves consciously. The ancient Egyptians used sacred sounds and breathwork to achieve specific consciousness states. By combining rhythmic breathing with visualization, you can shift your dominant brainwave patterns at will. This skill is essential for precise manifestation work. Start with a base frequency of theta waves, 4-7 high Z, by breathing slowly and visualizing gentle waves on a peaceful shore. From this foundation, you can learn to access higher and lower frequencies as needed. The Egyptian initiates understood that energy follows thought. By maintaining unwavering focus while working with subtle energies, you dramatically increase their potency. Practice directing energy through your hands toward specific targets. Begin with simple objectives, like influencing the movement of a pendulum or affecting the growth of plants. As your skill develops, you can work with increasingly complex manifestations. Temperature regulation is another indicator of energy mastery. Advanced practitioners can create noticeable temperature changes in their hands or specific body parts through directed concentration. This demonstrates the mind's ability to influence physical matter through energetic manipulation. The ancient texts speak of masters who could generate enough heat to dry wet cloths placed on their bodies. Development of these abilities requires regular practice with proper protection. Create a sacred space for your energy work by establishing energetic boundaries. Visualize a protective sphere of golden light surrounding you before beginning any practice session. This shields you from unwanted influences while containing and focusing your own energetic emissions. Mastery also involves understanding the cyclic nature of energy. learn to work with natural rhythms like lunar phases, solar cycles, and seasonal changes. The Egyptians planned their energy work according to these cosmic patterns to maximize effectiveness. They recognized that certain times were more conducive to specific types of manifestation work. Advanced energy masters can perceive and manipulate the subtle bodies of others for healing purposes. This requires impeccable ethical standards and should only be attempted with explicit permission. The Egyptians had strict protocols for this type of work, emphasizing the responsibility that comes with such abilities. Through dedicated practice of these techniques, you develop an experiential understanding of reality's energetic nature. Your pineal gland becomes a refined instrument for detecting and directing subtle forces. This mastery forms the foundation for more advanced manifestation work and the development of supernatural abilities described in later chapters. Energy mastery is a gradual process requiring patience and persistence. The ancient Egyptians spent years perfecting these skills under the guidance of experienced teachers. Regular practice with proper technique will steadily expand your capabilities and deepen your understanding of universal energetic principles. The infinite creator being. The journey of awakening your pineal gland ultimately leads to the profound realization of your true nature as an infinite creator being. Ancient Egyptian mystics understood that humans are not limited creatures, but rather magnificent expressions of universal consciousness with unlimited potential. This chapter explores the deeper aspects of your multidimensional nature and how to access higher dimensional abilities through the activated third eye. The Egyptians believed that each human carries within them the seed of divinity, a direct connection to the infinite creative force of the universe. This connection becomes fully realized when the third eye reaches its heightened state of activation. At this level of development, you begin to experience reality from a dramatically expanded perspective. The ordinary boundaries between self and universe dissolve, revealing your true identity as both the creator and the creation simultaneously. Your activated pineal gland serves as an interdimensional portal through which you can access higher planes of existence and manifest from pure consciousness. The ancient temples of Egypt were designed specifically to facilitate this expanded state of awareness. Their sacred geometrical proportions and astronomical alignments helped initiates maintain prolonged states of heightened consciousness where they could directly experience their infinite nature. As you progress in your practice, you'll notice profound shifts in how you perceive and interact with reality. Linear time becomes more fluid and malleable. You may experience moments of prescience or déjà vu as your consciousness expands beyond ordinary temporal limitations. The solid physical world reveals itself to be more dreamlike and responsive to your focused intention. These are all natural signs that you're accessing your inherent creator consciousness. The key to embracing your infinite nature lies in releasing limited beliefs about what's possible. The ancient Egyptians understood that our thoughts quite literally create our experienced reality. When the third eye is fully activated, you gain conscious control over this creative process. Rather than manifesting unconsciously through conditioning and habit, you can intentionally shape reality through focused consciousness and clear intention. Your expanded awareness also grants access to higher dimensional abilities that may seem supernatural from our conventional perspective. These include heightened intuition, telepathic communication, remote viewing, energy healing, and direct knowing of universal truth. The Egyptians didn't view these as magical powers, but rather natural capabilities of an awakened human being. They arise spontaneously as you align more fully with your infinite nature. The process of becoming a conscious creator requires dedication to maintaining high-frequency states of consciousness. This involves regular meditation, energy work, and lifestyle choices that support pineal activation. The ancient practitioners would spend years in devoted training, gradually building their capacity to hold expanded states for longer periods. Modern seekers can accelerate this process through consistent practice of the techniques shared in this book. As your creator consciousness stabilizes, you'll find yourself naturally drawn to serve the highest good of all. The Egyptian mystery schools emphasized that with great power comes great responsibility. True mastery involves using your creative abilities in harmony with universal law and divine will. This doesn't mean denying your desires, but rather ensuring they align with the greater evolutionary trajectory of consciousness itself. Accessing your infinite nature is your divine birthright. The limitations you may feel are not walls, but rather veils waiting to be lifted through dedicated practice and expanded awareness. The ancient Egyptians left us a profound legacy of wisdom about our true potential. As you continue activating and working with your third eye, you systematically remove the barriers between your current experience and your ultimate nature as an infinite creator being. The practices in this book are designed to support your journey of remembering and embodying your divine creative essence. Stay committed to your path of awakening, knowing that each step brings you closer to fully expressing your unlimited potential. The universe itself conspires to support your evolution when you align with this highest truth of who you really are. Daily practice integration. The journey of awakening and mastering your pineal gland's potential requires dedicated practice and consistency. Creating sustainable daily routine that incorporates various techniques and practices is essential for lasting transformation and continued growth. The ancient Egyptians understood that true mastery comes not from sporadic practice, but from the steady accumulation of energy and awareness through daily dedication. Begin your daily practice by establishing a sacred morning ritual. The pre-dawn hours, known as the Brahma Muhurta in Eastern traditions and revered by the ancient Egyptians, hold powerful potential for spiritual practice. During this time, the pineal gland naturally produces higher levels of melatonin and DMT, creating optimal conditions for meditation and energy work. Start with 15-20 minutes of silent meditation, focusing on the third eye region while practicing the breathing techniques covered in earlier chapters. Following meditation, incorporate physical movement to circulate energy throughout your body. The Egyptian priests combined specific body positions with breath work to enhance pineal activation. Simple stretches focusing on the spine and neck help maintain proper energy flow to the pineal gland. Sun-gazing practices, when done safely during the appropriate hours, can be integrated into your morning routine to charge your pineal gland with solar frequencies. Throughout your day, maintain awareness of your energy field and practice frequent micro-meditations. These brief moments of conscious connection with your third eye help maintain elevated frequencies and prevent energy depletion from daily stresses. Set regular reminders to check your posture, breathe deeply, and redirect your awareness to your pineal center. Combining different techniques creates synergistic effects. For example, pair crystal work with meditation or combine sound frequencies with specific mudras. The key is to find combinations that resonate with your energy system and can be realistically maintained in your lifestyle. Start with 2 or 3 primary practices and gradually expand as they become natural habits. To measure your progress, maintain a practice journal documenting your experiences, insights, and energy shifts. Notice subtle changes in your perception, intuition, and manifestation abilities. Physical sensations around the third eye area, changes in dream patterns, and enhanced synchronicities are common indicators of awakening. Rather than seeking dramatic experiences, appreciate the subtle yet profound shifts that occur through consistent practice. Evening practices are equally important for pineal development. Reduce exposure to artificial light and electronic devices in the hours before sleep. This allows your pineal gland to properly regulate melatonin production and maintain its natural rhythms. Practice gratitude meditation before sleep, reviewing the day's experiences and setting intentions for dream state exploration. Creating a dedicated space for your practices enhances their effectiveness. This space doesn't need to be large, but it should be energetically clean and free from distractions. Use sacred geometrical patterns, crystals, and natural elements to maintain high vibrational frequencies in your practice area. The ancient Egyptians understood the power of sacred space and used specific architectural principles to enhance energy work. Adapt your practice routine seasonally and according to lunar cycles. The pineal gland is highly responsive to natural rhythms, and aligning your practices with these cycles amplifies their effectiveness. Pay attention to how different techniques affect you during various phases of the moon and adjust accordingly. As you progress, you'll naturally discover which combinations of practices work best for you. Trust your intuition while maintaining the discipline of regular practice. The goal is not to fill every moment with spiritual practice, but to maintain a steady, sustainable rhythm that gradually transforms your consciousness and awakens your pineal potential. Through consistent daily practice, you create the conditions for profound transformation and the emergence of higher abilities encoded in your DNA. Beyond the physical realm. The culmination of your journey through Egyptian pineal activation leads to profound transformations that transcend ordinary physical existence. As your consciousness expands through dedicated practice, you begin accessing abilities that ancient mystics described in sacred texts. These aren't mythological stories, but documented experiences of those who fully activated their pineal potential. The awakened third eye allows perception beyond standard space-time constraints. Practitioners regularly report experiencing precognitive visions, remote viewing abilities, and direct knowledge downloads from the universal field. These abilities emerge naturally as the pineal gland reaches optimal functioning and higher frequencies become accessible. The ancient Egyptians understood this potential and developed specific protocols to manifest these capabilities reliably. One of the most significant developments is the ability to consciously manipulate reality through focused intention. As your pineal activation deepens, you'll notice thoughts manifesting more quickly and precisely into physical reality. The boundary between internal visualization and external manifestation becomes increasingly fluid. This explains many accounts of seemingly miraculous abilities demonstrated by Egyptian high priests and other advanced practitioners throughout history. Supernatural abilities like telepathy, telekinesis, and bilocation become possible as consciousness expands beyond physical limitations. These emerge from understanding that consciousness itself is the fundamental force shaping reality. The activated pineal gland serves as an amplifier and focusing lens for consciousness, allowing direct interaction with the quantum field of infinite possibility. Many practitioners report spontaneous healing abilities, both for themselves and others, as they learn to direct this expanded awareness. The evolution of human consciousness continues accelerating as more people activate their pineal potential. We're witnessing a global awakening as ancient knowledge merges with modern understanding. Scientific research increasingly validates what Egyptian mystics knew, that consciousness shapes physical reality at the quantum level. The activated pineal gland acts as an interface for this process, allowing conscious participation in reality creation. Future developments will likely reveal even greater human potential as we continue exploring pineal activation. Current research suggests possibilities like conscious DNA activation, timeline manipulation, and direct creation through thought. The Egyptian masters hinted at these capabilities in their teachings, describing states of consciousness where physical laws no longer constrain human potential. Your personal journey of pineal activation contributes to this collective evolution. Each individual who awakens their third eye adds to humanity's expanding consciousness. The ancient Egyptians foresaw this time of mass awakening and preserved their knowledge for future generations. Their techniques provide a tested pathway to accessing these enhanced abilities. Regular practice of the protocols detailed in this book naturally leads to these expanded capabilities. However, it's essential to maintain proper perspective and ethical awareness as abilities develop. The Egyptian tradition emphasizes using these powers for the highest good of all, never for personal gain at others' expense. True mastery comes from balancing expanded abilities with wisdom and compassion. The future of human consciousness holds infinite potential. As you continue developing your pineal powers, remain open to possibilities beyond current understanding. The ancient Egyptians reached remarkable states of consciousness and manifested extraordinary abilities through these same practices. Their legacy lives on through everyone who follows this path of awakening. The journey beyond physical limitations has only begun. What mysteries and abilities await discovery through your awakened third eye? Your commitment to this practice places you at the forefront of human evolutionary development. Each step forward in your personal practice contributes to the collective advancement of human consciousness. The Egyptian masters preserved these teachings, knowing they would be crucial for humanity's future development. Now is the time to fully embrace this potential and step into your role as a conscious creator of reality.